Pennsylvania U.S. Attorney's Office announced charges against people they accuse of fixing the outcomes of almost 30 college basketball games. Prosecutors say the scheme spanned 3 years and involved 17 NCAA Division I men's programs and dozens of players. 2 people named in the lawsuit are from Charlotte, and one of the games affected was played at Queen's University.
Our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, back with us in the studio to talk about this case. All right, we got a lot of serious charges here, Khalif. I mean, bribery, wire fraud, alleged international scheme. What's the seriousness of these charges here?
These are all serious. I mean, we got some numbers on you. Julian hit on a couple of them, 17 different teams. 2 of these games started in China. That kind of kick-started this investigation. The payments were from $10,000 to $30,000, and you're saying 39 total players involved, 29 games. And there were postseason games involved, but there was a lot of money changing hands. What type of crimes you're saying? Conspiracy is the first one. You have the fixers, you have the gamblers, and you have the players who agreed to shave points. And so that there has to be an agreement, first of all. Before we can have a conspiracy, we all would have had to agree to do something, and then we'd have to be a knowing participant. So there's 5 folks that's playing in a basketball game, at least for one team. If one person's on the team point shaving, the other 4 would have had to known that this is happening for them to be connected. That's why you're seeing just 1 or 2 individuals, not entire teams being connected to these allegations, and then at least one overt act. And so if you have a person that's averaging 20-plus points a game, and then they go out there and put up 2 points to stay within the spread or underneath the spread, that's how they're connecting the dots with a number of these allegations with these the charges so far.
How difficult is it to prove something like that, though, where you have a star player? Maybe, I mean, a lot of us were athletes here. Sometimes you just have a bad night. What do they look at specifically when they're talking about this? Is it a consistent poor performance when they have been good in the past, or what does that look like? How do you prove it?
It probably connects to the second charge, which is that wire fraud. And so I'm going to be looking at the paper trail, the receipts. I want to see text messages. I want to see payments. I want to see documentation leading up and after what occurred. And so if there's text messages saying, hey, bet heavily tonight, and then I go out and lay a goose egg in the game before I had 30 and the game after I have 30, then yeah, we definitely can see bad nights occur in sports. But if you can connect the text messages or the receipts to what actually is alleging to have occurred, then that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to get you. Being able to say you had a bad night, but someone also profited. And it's unusual type of bets. If you're betting for the spread for a person to be well short of what they typically average, to connect that spread to make it happen, that's what's also going to really, really be concerning. And that's what's going to really, I think, lead to the conviction for a lot of these guys.
I mean, I will give them credit, because some of these games, they did a really good job of not picking obvious ones, because what they did was, in some of them, they would pick teams that were projected to lose and just say, hey, make sure you lose more than what the margin said. So they're already going to, so it's not, bizarre that they would lose, but you have text messages. I want to read one. It was a Coppin State team that played South Carolina State, and the player actually apologized because they couldn't lose by enough, and they said South Carolina was so, but I'll say I couldn't even keep the lead together. I'm sorry for that, bro. I tried to tell my Coppin State teammates to chill, and I tried to do everything in my power in the second half. So when you have text messages like these saying, I'm sorry I couldn't even cover, is this kind of like you're dead to rights?
Toast is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
It is. This one is really bad in terms of this case is being brought in federal court. I repeat it oftentimes because I've worked in federal court enough. When you have a case that's brought by the United States District Attorney's Office, 90+% conviction rate. Either you're going to be convicted at trial or you're going to plea. This is one, if there are text messages that make these allegations where you are admitting criminality, that you are participating in some type of conspiracy, and then, oh wait, we see some type of Zelle or PayPal or Cash App payment, then it's going to be hard to work around that. Were you telling them not to lose so that they could be polite? You're going to have a reason behind why you're making these statements. And in this era that we live in, I've said this a number of times as well, when your words are used against you, hard to get around that. Yeah, you can get on the stand and try to explain it, but you're on a jury of your peers reads what Julian just read out loud. How do you explain that? You can't, and that's going to be what's going to be hard for these folks that are charged. And you're seeing folks that are high-level players. The one individual was projected to be the player of the year, just had 20 points last night, and now removed from the team's website, no longer listed as a part of the team. I mean, so entire careers will be destroyed. But this is not a victimless crime. I got to remind you, if you are participating in gaming and sports betting, which is legal, you're believing this is free and clear and without interference, and yet someone on the other side was manipulating the game.
Khalif, we're out of time, but real quickly, are you ever shocked when you see this stuff and said, did you really think you were going to get away with this? You have text messages, wire transactions. You ever shocked?
I'm never shocked with the charges. I'm always shocked that folks are so brazen with communicating about it. When I read text messages like with homicide cases, like when folks are searching how to get away with murder, or best murder defense attorney, like, yes, you recognize that you did this, and this stuff that you're texting and typing is in your phone forever.
All right, Khalif, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.